So today was gonna be just any other day. I was just gonna post my content, and I decided to do something a little different based on what's been happening the last couple days in Venezuela. I remember July 11th, 2021, when Cuba took to the streets and Miami was on fire and Cubans all over the world started protesting. I remember thinking, man, why isn't anybody else on the street? Like, why isn't anybody else aggravated and pissed off and talking about how this shouldn't be happening and how there needs to be a change? And one of the few people that did say something were Venezuelans because they understand exactly what Cubans go through. I actually ended up going viral originally from a post about July 11th and about the protests and how irritated I was at how nothing was being done. And most people's opinions and perspectives were really very wrong about that situation. So I found it only right that I should say something about what's going on in Venezuela. Um, it's pretty obvious that in Miami, besides Cubans, the next largest population is Venezuelans. I know many Venezuelans. I consider them family. One of my best friends is Venezuelan. I've dated Venezuelan women. I encounter Venezuelans on a daily basis. Many of my closest friends are Venezuelan. And one of the few people who understand what they're going through is the Cuban community. And I wish I could verbalize what Venezuelans, Cubans, Nicaraguans, North Koreans go through to you guys, but I really can't. It's something that every time you try to explain it, people think you're joking. People think you're just being exaggerated or you're just like not really, you can't be saying something factual that actually happened because the stories are so dehumanizing, demoralizing. It takes a human to a bottom extreme that they should never be taken to, really. I want you to imagine, and if you've read 1984, you probably know what this is. I want you to imagine that your thoughts aren't yours, that someone is trying to control not just what you do, where you live, where you work, the food you eat, and trying to control the way you think. And if you don't think like them, it's a problem and you're going to be punished for it. Freedom is a natural born human right. Everybody should be up in arms about what's happening in Venezuela right now. I am Cuban, but I also want the Venezuelan community to be free. I appreciate the Venezuelans very much, their community, everything they do for Miami, and all the love they've shown me personally throughout my life. Nicolas Maduro, just like Fidel Castro, is a dictator that is trying to seize power. And I understand exactly how frustrated the Venezuelan people are. I hope this results in what they deserve, which is a free country. Other than that, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe it results in nothing. Maybe something happens. Who knows? But I felt the need to say something because when my people were at the breaking point where there was a possibility of them experiencing freedom just like Americans, one of the very few people who spoke up were Venezuelans. So I felt obligated to say something about their situation. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Venezuela right now had elections where it was a landslide victory for the opposing party. But Nicolas Maduro, who is the sitting dictator, stole the elections as he has done time and time and time and again. It's very unfortunate that we don't speak up on these things because we live in the first world. We live in the United States of America and everybody has freedom. Everybody has first world problems. Like worrying about what sexuality we are and a bunch of other bullshit that doesn't even fucking matter. When people halfway across the world really have to worry about what kind of color shirt they're wearing because they might get arrested. They can't wear anything resembling America or the American flag. They can't even hint at the fact that they want freedom or they want to think differently because they will literally be thrown in prison. Communism is a cancer upon humanity, and I pray to God that things in Venezuela change and things end well for them. Yo soy cubano y quiero libertad para Venezuela.